Episode 1, setting up your session. First off, I'm gonna fire up the sequencer, create a new session, choosing from these templates here. I'm gonna take the empty template. Now I'm assigning a destination folder. This is where all the session audio, CPR file, sequence information will be stored. Here we go, creating multiple tracks, 6 MIDI tracks, and 7 audio tracks. Here you can choose what type of audio track you want. Mono file, stereo, surround. If you just double click in the track column here, you can also create tracks. Now I'm just going up to the device manager to make sure that I can see all my synths and MIDI interface. Both output A and output B have 16 channels of MIDI to sequence with. From there, a drop-down menu opens up. I select the synth or MIDI device or sampler from the list. Drops down into my device box here. I select it, go to the output section, and assign a MIDI output to the device. For this DX7, I'll use output A. Here I'll turn on the VST instruments, or soft synths. The A1, monologue, 2 embracers, and 2 LM7s. Now I'm setting up the sounds coming from each VST instrument, choosing which patch will play from each soft synth or drum machine. Next, I'm assigning individual tracks to my synths and samplers. This one's going to the A1, track 2, here we go to the monologue, and so on. Select your channel, select the output to which device you want to route it to. Same principle works if you have an external synth or sampler, like an MPC or an ASR, TB303. Here in the MIDI interface assignment box, we have an input and an output. I have 2 ports on my MIDI interface, an A and a B. Each one has 16 MIDI channels coming in, 16 MIDI channels coming out. Since I have 2 inputs and outputs, I need to tell the sequencer which channel the information is coming in on and which channel I'm dispensing it to. Now I'm going to name and patch all the tracks. It's always important to name and patch all your instruments. You need to know what sound is on what channel at a glance. If everything's just called MIDI 01, MIDI 02, no name, it's just not clear maneuvering around your sequence window. Take the time to name and patch. Alright, now that the MIDI parts are all set up, I'm going to move into my audio, choose my channel, go to my file, import audio. Looking for some loops here, looking for some musical elements. To import onto another track, just move down. File, import, select, preview. It places the audio file where your timeline is. Alright, Apple S. We got this sequence set up. I've imported my audio file, set up my MIDI parts, my soft synths are fired up. My parts are all named and patched in. Now that my session is prepared, I can move into the sequencing stage. So stay tuned for the next episode, which is sequencing this jungle track. Peace in, dudes.